1988, Pauline El Amrati took a brave step and decided to start her own nursery. The business quickly flourished, but before long Pauline began to think that the community centre in which the nursery was housed wasn't as innocent as it seemed.
It was Monday evening, roughly about 5:30, 5:45. I was in the office by myself with no one else in the building. The doors banging was like someone was standing the other side, just trying to get out. You can actually see through, and you could actually see there's no one in there. And it frightened the hell out of me. My husband came down here, had a look round, and nothing had been moved. No tables were on the floor, and there was no one in the building.
Over the following weeks, reports of mysterious events increased.
When the children were here, nothing really would happen around the children, except for one occasion in one of the nursery rooms. All the incidents that were happening, and with now this, what we felt was quite a big incident that had happened, we were starting now to sort of get worried. And from there, the police started coming in. It was held down, I know where it was.
With over 30 years' experience as a community police officer, PC Paul Duran had heard many stories.
When Pauline first told me about these experiences she was having with this ghost, I thought, Pauline, come off it. It's poppycock. They don't exist.
I think he was slightly wary of what I was saying. I think he maybe thought I was a little bit mad and making things up.
Dubious but sympathetic, PC Duran decided to organise a charity ghost watch.
And we'll do it for a bit of a laugh, and we'll have get a TV and a video for the kids.
And he brought in paranormal investigator John Spencer, a veteran of over 100 cases. With the building meticulously secured, Paul Duran positioned himself in the upstairs hall, whilst John Spencer ventured down to the basement.
There was a sense of closeness, of the darkness getting just that bit thicker. But you were getting a little claustrophobic.
The room I was in was the main canteen area. We heard the training equipment downstairs, the dumbbells lifted and dropped. And I really was frightened at this point.
It was certainly eerie. You actually start to get a bit uncomfortable in your own skin.
When about 1 o'clock, 1:30, there was a loud ticking noise. the ticking started to move around the room.
You could believe yourself that someone was holding that thing and moving it invisibly. You weren't quite sure what was going to happen next.
The light and the lady's Lu's come on. But, you know, I turned it off and I'd locked that door. I really was frightened. There's no two ways about it. I was frightened.
PC Paul Duran's natural instinct as a police officer meant he wanted answers, and privately he began to research the area around the nursery, leaving Pauline on her own.
You sort of focused on it, but you couldn't see past it. It was just pure black. It was a almost evil feeling, and I felt that it could possibly engulf you. I just knew it was just pure evil.
Pauline's fears provoked her to take drastic action.
We decided to do a Ouija board. We asked a question, is anyone there? It said yes.
Meanwhile, Paul Duran was finding some answers of his own.
So I started flicking through all these newspapers. And then there it was.
We went on to ask it, how did you die? And it said murder.
And this woman had been stabbed to death.
I think we said how, and it went to knife. We then asked it what date did it die, and the date that came through was 18477.
The 18th of April, 1977.
The 18th of April, 1977.
Where the lady was killed by her husband.
Could it be the nursery corridors were being haunted by the spirit of a woman who was the victim of a local murder? Whatever the answer, the reported activity ceased after the night of the Ouija board. For 10 years, the nursery